These fake snakes, boundary busters, obnoxious moochers, oily oppressors, moody messers, or mean monsters, sleazy spoilers. These are all names for the narcissist. And they always have to have the last word. One time I blocked the narcissist, then I unblocked her because I thought, well, I can take it, I've healed. Immediately she started running her numbers on me. They always have to have the last word. I went into a depression manifested in sleeping like half the day and all night long. And I'm not into needing that much sleep. I exist on cat naps, I'm really energetic. But I found myself sleeping so much, like a drugged sleep, like sleeping like a log, like they say. That was the narcissistic fog I had gone back into because I unblocked her. Very, very interesting. In other words, this is an insidious thing that's happening beneath the skin. It's a spirit. It's another kind of dynamic that gets under you and it just brings you down. Sleeping all the time. I was sleeping one day and I thought, why is this? Is this because I unblocked her? Is this because I went back into it without knowing it? I got out of bed, I'm not going to do this. And I blocked her and I started to heal again. Because we go right up when we block them. And they go right down. Or they go to somebody else, but it will never work out. This is a mathematical formula. You must go no contact. People who are caught in this trauma bond, and that's what it is, will block, unblock, block, unblock, block, unblock. It never works out. Try it yourself. You'll see you're going to go back into the fog because it's a demonic curse that comes over you. Now, when you make gold, there are 3 stages. When you quit an addiction, including an addiction to a person, first you go through the Negretto stage. No one's as bad as me. You remember all the things you did. Oh, it's just one after another. It's very hard, very hard. There are no sweet dreams in the Negretto stage, and it can last for some time. Second thing is the albedo stage. That's the whitening. That's the purification. Everything is purifying. Third thing is the rubetto stage. Yeah, rubetto stage. That's when you have the selfhood, the actualization of the self. Everything is integrated. And that's when you're done making gold. Okay? Now, if you're going to continuously block and unblock, block and unblock, you're going to have to go through the Negretto stage over and over again. Because they gaslight you. They project blame onto you. They falsely accuse you. And you find yourself, if you unblock them because you think there's something that should be said, you'll find yourself oversharing because you feel guilty for blocking them. It is such an insidious thing. The spell they have over us. Oversharing out of guilt, I guess. And then they won't reply because they want the last word. How do they get the last word? By not replying. That's called stonewalling. Stonewalling, gaslighting, silent treatment, micro discards, major discard, object constancy. These are the vocabulary words you need to know. These are the red flags. Aren't you getting sick of it? If you're in it, and if you haven't gone no contact, why haven't you? Why not now? Because you're going to start to progress up once you do, and then you'll come back to your lion instincts. Your true instincts have been smudged out along with your identity. It happened to me. I slept all the time. And I finally saw the light. This is part of the narcissistic fog. It is a fog. I could hardly see myself. It was just a fog. It's a curse. It's a demonic curse. It's Satan. You got on one end of humanity the empath. They truly care. They can love. They are a shoulder to cry on. They empathize with people. At the other end are the narcissists. They may fake love for a time, but it's not love. They only care for what they can get out of you. And then you have humanity in between. That's why there's no changing them. It's a functional defect. Who knows why it happens, whether it's childhood trauma. Don't excuse it because of that. All they care about is themselves. All the energy has come into themselves. They have no empathy for anybody else. You cannot heal from trauma while being traumatized. If you unblock them, you're back into trauma. It's a trauma bond. You'll be checking them out, driving by their house, checking your phone all the time. Don't go back into it. Then you're traumatized because they're going to hurt you. That's the name of the game. That's who they are. They have all kinds of friends. They're charmers. You may be like me. You go solo. You're an isolate. You like being alone. You can't imagine having a bunch of people. Or I just want to study all day. That's my highest joy. People are an interrupter to me. They're an encumbrance. But these people are filled with people, and they want to charm, get them in the web. They want to trap them. They want to trick them with the same thing, but it will wear out. Because every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. But the point is, in this social culture, if you have a lot of friends, you are superior. That's how you're seen. So they use that against you too. Friends. I'd rather have time to myself. Uncommitted time. I don't want to commit up to a date here or there to do this, to go. I want to have the whole day uncommitted, so I can just do what I want. Your silence is empowering, deafening, and life-saving. It does all the work for you. You don't have to figure out how to deal with this moody messer, this oily oppressor, this misery maker, this impudent imposter, this phony poser. You don't have to figure it out. Silence does all the work. Silence is perfect. It meets every crevice perfectly. It's the only way, and it brings panic. Good. Because they have a sixth sense. They lack empathy, but they have the sixth sense of a predator. And your silence is the buzzword. It's the red flag to them. Good. It's the only way out. If you haven't done it, why not do it today? When you're in the narcissistic fog, you cannot see the manipulation. How you've been tricked, tracked, and groomed. Trapped. Isn't it funny how these things happen on a spiritual level and you can't discern it at the time? You're like a bug that has been poisoned and taken to a web. And you can't see it at the time. Only with healing can you see, yeah, she did that to me. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, he triangulated. Yeah, she did this. But you can't see it at the time. That's why it's so important to go no contact today. Do it, and you'll go right up. The biggest problem is thinking that you can handle the toxicity. You've healed, you've gotten stronger, it's Christmas, you can handle the toxicity. No, you can't. It's too insidiously beneath the skin. It is too spiritual. It's a spiritual war. And it's based on your silence and not caring about them, totally divorcing from them. That's the only way. Otherwise, they get their fangs into you. And it's a spiritual war. You cannot handle the toxicity. It's like an alcoholic thinking he can have one drink. He can't have one drink. It'll take him off on a toot. maybe for years, and it's the same thing here. You cannot handle anything but silence. You see, no one's immune to toxicity. It adds up. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. It overwhelms without you knowing it. You're a bug poisoned and trapped in a cobweb. You don't know what's happening until that's what makes this thing so fascinating to a psychologist. That's why so many of them are talking about it. How this works, how the fog works. You can't do anything more about it than if you were an alcoholic taking that first drink. Anosognosia sets in and you cannot see you're killing yourself. It's wiped out. You know, the alcoholic who hasn't stopped drinking yet thinks he's captain of his ship. That I can take a drink and I can control it. No, because the mere atom of ethyl alcohol wipes that part of the brain out, and he is no longer captain of his ship. The same thing happens with the narcissist. It's demonic. You see, no one taught us these things in school. I never learned these things in graduate school, the Ph.D. in psychology. How mean people were. How most people are this way. Empaths are getting less and less on the earth. As things degrade in the latter days, people's hearts will grow cold. They can't love. They're only concerned for themselves. They're selfish. That's why it's so important to learn how to combat against it. And we don't learn it in school. We're taught to have friends. We're taught that it's superior to be social and to not judge and just come one, come all, accept everybody. Inclusion. And nothing could be further from the truth. They stonewall. Stonewalling. They get difficult and they refuse to abide. Just when you need them, they will not give you what you need. They will not answer the question, a simple question. If they think you need the answer, they won't give it to you. That's stonewalling. That's another example, along with gaslighting, projection, silent treatment, all these things. Stonewalling, boy, they get so difficult right when you need them. They won't be there for you. They want to cause confusion. They want to bring you down. They're jealous of you and they want to destroy you. Now that's the truth, and you don't learn it in school. Kids need to be told. Everyone doesn't have your best interest at heart. Only very few people that you can count on one hand, maybe, and less than that, half of it, have your interest at heart. Most people could care less. They only want to get stuff out of you. Now that's the truth of mankind. When did you learn that in school? No. It's a social generation. People are good. They don't even talk about God. God's out of the picture. Prayer was taken out of the school decades ago. People are good. Yeah. No, they're not. They're out for themselves. That's why this is such a prevalent illness, the narcissistic relationship, and that's why there are 300 million people depressed. Narcissism is everywhere. That means toxicity is everywhere. In school, neighborhood, coffee klatch, bridge club, work, family, relatives, friends, at the gym, at the tennis club, anywhere, social club, country club, everywhere there is toxicity. And if you aren't ready, you're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be one of those 300 million depressed. You're going to be one of the alcoholics. You're going to be looking forward to post time where you can have a drink. Your life will be taken over by ways of finding solace because you are involved with a narcissist. Silence will reverberate through the pea brain of the narcissist, and it will get louder and louder. They can't get your attention. They can't get access anymore. Even if they have other people on the line, and they will have other people on the line, it won't matter. They want access to you because you were better, and they can't get back to you. You were the one that got away, and that gets louder and louder, and they get more frenetic, and they relapse to previously successful adolescent strategies to get your attention, maybe even violence. They may try to make you jealous. It reverberates because that's how the machine works. Negretto, albedo, rubello. After you go through the negretto stage of just darkness, no sweet dreams here, just darkness. Then you go into albedo, whitening, a light. That's the true self. It shines on you. You see a light at the end of the tunnel. Grab onto that. Okay, that's purification. You're getting rid of them. You've gone no contact. You're in silence. That's our major weapon. And then rubido. Okay, that's the end. That's where you have the true self. Sanctification. You have integration. You're a dynamo now. You're a lion. You got your instincts back. You lost your instincts in that relationship. You've got to hang on to the how to make gold stage. Rubello is the last one. Albedo, that's the purification. You're in negretto as long as you're with that person. You have not made gold. We make gold on the obstructions. All disease is obstruction. All recovery is elimination. All success is attraction. The three obstructions are people, habit, and food and other substances. And your problem is people. If you're one of these toxic parasites, friggin' fakers, misery makers, jealous jerks, impudent imposters, phony posers, emotional bandits, sleazy spoilers, mean monsters, moody messers, oily oppressors, fake snakes, boundary busters, obnoxious moochers. Don't let them in, and you will spring right up, because God has a fantastic destiny for you, and people are the number one obstruction. Okay? Go silent. Silence has class. Have aristocratic reserve. You don't have to be talking all the time. That's called oversharing. That's part of the trap, is oversharing with people. Don't tell them all your personal business. Have some class. They never cared. They only cared for what you provided. That was it. Don't have any illusions. Block them. Get them out of your life. If you don't, they'll discard you, because every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. We don't think like that as empaths. We think we're lifelong friends, and we don't think like that, but that's how they think. They're a different species. All people are not alike. Get that through your head. I had to get that through my head. That all people, that they didn't have my best interest at heart. In fact, they wanted to bring me down and take everything I had. You'll never get closure from a narcissist. They want to leave the door open so they can kick you at a later date. They want you accessible. They want it, that they open a crack, then they can get in. They see it as a challenge. Don't do it. You don't know them. Remember, you don't even know them. The narcissist can't sit still. They're always on the go, searching for something new, always. And once they get it, they don't want it. They don't see it as a challenge anymore. Just notice the narcissists you know. They're always on the go, and they want you to go with them when you just want to stay home. You're not searching for something. You're happy the way you are. You're content. You just want to live your own life. But they are searching because they're hollow inside. They're empty on the inside. They're always seeking, and never finding, because it's a spiritual hollowness. Don't be part of it. Their mechanism is catch and release. They catch you, they release you, discard. Then they hoover you back. Catch and release. It's never catch and love for life. What an illusion. They can't love anybody. Catch and release. Never forget that slogan, because that is the narcissist. Sometimes you can't confide in your friends about this. You're learning about it through all the videos you're watching. But other people will say, oh, you have problems too. I mean, everybody has their faults. I mean, give them a break. You see, they want to homogenize everything. They want to level off everybody. Everybody's the same. Don't be so hard on him. What a mistake. Don't listen to people who are talking like that. This is a disease. This is an affliction. This is a structural defect from childhood. Don't listen to people who talk like that. Yeah, you have your faults. So what? You're an empath. You can love. They can't. That's the difference. You have empathy. So you unblock them because it's Christmas. Watch out. Okay, now the trouble starts. They'll get you back. You'll be toxic again. You'll be sleeping all day. You'll be in a fog. Don't do it. You must maintain your boundaries if you want to stay well. And if you are experiencing this, please put it down below in a comment. If you have blocked and unblocked, thinking that you are healed enough, or listening to your friends who want to, level everything off, where you got your problems too. No, this is a disease. And you will go up to your destiny. And you will feel so good. Why unblock them? When you do block them, you start to heal and you feel so much better, and you get your energy back and you get your appearance back. Why would you unblock them? It is so dangerous to think like that. I mean, would you unblock a rattlesnake, a pit viper? No. You get rid of them for good. You never go around them again. Do not minimize this. It is a problem, and it's affecting 300 million people. You may also have to block anybody who knows them, anybody who has anything to do with them, because you see, they have a lot of friends and they have flying monkeys. People who unknowingly are their flying monkey. They're assistants. They're helpers. They have that. They use people to help them. And a lot of people are just real unknowing about it. They don't know they're being manipulated. You have to go no contact on them and everybody who knows them or has any association with them.